Welcome back. This is our second day in a row of having Yale Alumni Live, so we're very happy to be here. My name is Stephanie from the Yale Alumni Association Regional Clubs team, and we have started doing these Yale Alumni Lives for the past several weeks now, connecting Yaleys all over the world to some fun and entertaining content so that we can gather together in this time where we are apart. So thank you for being here. I would like to just remind everybody that if you have questions for Richmond as we go along, you are welcome to put those in the Q&A or the chat in Zoom, or just type it right in on the Facebook live stream video. So we're going to get started because we were a few minutes late tonight, and I apologize for that, but it's well worth the wait. I already know because I've seen some amazing videos that Richmond has produced up on YouTube, including my personal favorite, which I will save for later, though Richmond already knows which one that is. So before we get started, and welcome violinist Richmond Punch, who is a Yale School of Music graduate, class of 2005, I just wanted to take a moment to reaffirm the Yale Alumni Association's support for the Black community and everyone who stands up against racism, hatred, intolerance, and injustice, and to state unequivocally that all Black lives matter. Please know that Yale and those of us at the YAA stand in strength and solidarity with the Black community and our alumni who are hurting right now. I hope that you are all safe and well, and I'm actually very excited to have Richmond here tonight because we are going to talk a little bit about what he has been doing with the Black Lives Matter protests across the country, and that's going to be a really great opportunity for us to have a discussion about that. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome Richmond to the stage, if you will, and we're going to do something a little different tonight, which we kind of cooked up last night, and I'm very excited. We're going to talk about Richmond's journey through music, and after we talk about the different stages of his life and his musical career, he's going to play a song for us that's representative of each of those stages. So Richmond, thank you for being here. Let's get started and tell us a little bit about yourself and your early life and musical influences.
Yes, sure. First of all, Stephanie and Kevin, I want to say thank you so much for having me today to the Yale Alumni Association. Thank you so much. I'm a proud member of the class of 2005 and very excited for this occasion. I began the violin at 5 years old, coming from a single parent home in Dallas, Texas, where I was born and raised. Initially, when the violin was introduced to me by a great public school system, it was public Montessori, it was very unknown to my community, to my family. The violin was. So it was presented by the school. The parents didn't necessarily know about it coming in. I always like to mention that kind of a thing because music education always needs to be increased in today's schools, and a lot of the times they're taking it out. But the school introduced it to the kids, sat us down for a concert. They were like, here, like candy, like listen to Beethoven, like here, pick one. Or listen to Mozart. Here, pick one. If you want to play an instrument, let us know. Oh, your parents? Okay, we'll tell them later. So I come home with this violin, and my mom's like, what's that? And I'm like, the school gave it. And she's like, oh, that's cool. She's like, send it back. I don't know. It's unknown to me. I don't know. And I brought it back, and with a message from the teacher that said, this is good for you. You should continue this. This will change your life. And boy, did it ever. So I played and played and played until I started to make notes and make beautiful music. So right now, I actually wanted to play you something from my early influences. This is Amazing Grace.
While Richmond gets settled in, if anybody has any questions for him, feel free to post those in the chat, and we'd love to see your applause and reactions in Facebook as well.
All right, and here we go.
Richmond, that was absolutely amazing. Fantastic. And I'm just wondering what your mom must have thought the first time that she heard you play like that, after not really knowing what it was that you had brought home and what you were about to do with that violin.
Well, the first thing she said was, well, son, if you're going to get any better, I'm going to need you, I'll see you at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning because it's time to go to church. So she was like, if this is going to make any sense to him, then he needs to hear the music in church, the choirs. He needs to be motivated, influenced, and there's no better music than church. So actually, that song, Amazing Grace, was both her favorite song as well as mine. And she was ecstatic when I started to produce notes, even from Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I kept on adding additional songs, and it was the best time.
That's absolutely fantastic. I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is a solid effort, but Amazing Grace is it's quite the song. So that was absolutely fantastic. So take us into the next stage of your musical journey from the early influences with gospel and classical, and where did you go next after that?
Sure, yes. One of the things that is most profound to me is what changed when I experienced music lessons, when I experienced something in additional to public school, and when I, coming from a lower income background family of single parent mom, was able to take advantage of lessons and Saturday music programs, as well as 5-day a week summer programs in Dallas, which was at a school that has a relationship with Yale, which is Southern Methodist University, is where I had some life-changing events, including lessons from a Southern Methodist University student, my first lessons, and those classes, which I did say weekends and during the summer, and I improved at a very much a faster rate, and I was able to then go to additional summer camps, uh, and one I went to one before high school, which was in UT Austin. But that was life changing. I came back from UT Austin, and I was told by a Russian man, Richmond, you have big hands. The violin is nice for you, but you need a 5 string. No, no, that's not what he said. He said, you should play the viola because you have big hands and it will be good for you. And the viola, adding the viola to the violin, actually right here today, I have both of them in one. That's 5 strings, you see there. That lowest one is giving viola, and the high. Oh, that's organ still. I'm sorry, still on the organ. Um, yeah, that was a viola organ and a violin organ. Yeah, so 5 strings, and it was life changing because that little. And they said there's an audition coming up with my orchestra, and I auditioned for the Dallas Symphony Orchestra. They had a program called, and still have it today. It's called the Young Strings Program for private music lessons, and that was the biggest thing because those lessons are valued at $100+ an hour, and and it just really changed things.
How old were you when you were doing that, Richmond? And when did you, like, what age were you when you really decided, like, this is a passion of mine, this makes me happy, I'm going to pursue this? Because 5 days a week is a big commitment for a young person. So just curious, like, at what age did you really decide this is where my heart is and this is what I'm going to pursue?
I really want to say it was when I was, even preteen, when my mom would cook dinner and say, son, come inside, it's time for dinner. And I never came inside because I was outside, like in the front or the back somewhere, like playing. And
I mean, that's significant for a young growing boy who doesn't want to come in for
yeah,
dinner. So that really says something right there.
yeah. So in a way, I knew early, but once I got the lessons and realized that I could learn at an even faster rate, um, I heard a lot of people that were at a much higher level than me, and then my level improved to be able to. I don't want to call it competition, but to be able to match someone else's, and that's when I really knew. And then I got scholarships for that in the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra, and then I went to summer camps in Interlochen, Michigan, and that was a eye-opening experience in Michigan, and my first my first concert, like Martha Reeves and the Vandellas was that concert. Like Katie Lang. I don't know if people even still listen to her, but she's great music. Willie Nelson was there. So many great people. And then Aspen, Colorado was another summer camp exposure on the highest level. Like during these years, I went to my first concert to hear Sarah Chang, the violinist. She's like the next generation Midori, if you know classical violinists. I also heard Joshua Bell, as well as Itzhak Perlman. I'm sure you would well know. And I just had amazing, and these people were in Aspen, Colorado. And I even got to play not one, but two or three, I don't even remember actually, of Yo-Yo Ma's cellos. So I had quite the upbringing.
That's fantastic and a once in a lifetime opportunity. So that's when you shared with us that you kind of discovered jazz, correct? And you're going to play us a jazz selection, I think, next. Is that right?
That's right. So jazz
Awesome.
came into the picture because of my high school, which is the only thing I didn't mention, which is called Booker T. Washington High School for the Performing and Visual Arts in Dallas, Texas. And we'll talk more about that right after this jazz song, Next Level Influence. This song is called Finally, and it was written in 2017. And the music video, if you ever see it online, was done at South by Southwest Music Festival. Here we go.
Amazing. We'll let Richmond get himself prepared over there. If anybody has any questions for him as we're talking about his musical influences, please feel free to drop those in the chat. Over to you, Richmond, whenever you're ready. We had a couple comments, Richmond, while you're getting ready about Joshua Bell having seen him perform in New York City and how amazing he is. I'm sure you all know it's not easy to do an interview and play music at the same time. So forgive us for the pauses. We just want to give Richmond a chance. Richmond. That was awesome. And to be honest, I was bouncing around in my chair a little bit. So looking forward to my special request later when I'll bounce around in my chair just a little bit more. That was absolutely incredible. I hope everybody's enjoying Richmond's performances. We did actually get a quick question while you were preparing for that song. So I'll give you a minute to decompress, and we got a question from our Facebook group about the camps that you attended and whether or not any of those camps are still around today, and if there is anything that you would recommend for someone in the K-8 range.
Yes, indeed. Okay, I'm there. Just had sorry, so much jumping around over here. I just have to make sure I don't entangle myself while I'm jumping around. Here we go.
That's okay. You're doing an awful lot over there. I'm just sitting in my chair dancing and kind of bopping to your music. So, it's much easier for me. Take your time. We got you.
Okay, thank you so much. And to answer your question, summer camps. Yes, there are a plethora. When I grew up, we did not have the internet. So my first thing for you is to explore the internet. But I do want to let you know specifically that the summer camp Interlochen Arts Camp, yes, it is available. It is worldwide. It is amazing. I actually met the president of the Grammys. He's still the president of the Grammys, and that was there. And I still haven't received my Grammy yet, so somebody please let him know. But I met the guy, and that's a good start. And the summer camp is there, and they also have a private school at Interlochen. So a lot of these institutions, even if you look up one thing, there's more to the institution than meets the eye. Southern Methodist University, they did change the program that I used to attend, but the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra is still there. And all orchestras, major cities around the U.S. have youth orchestras. Yes, they do. There are many cities around the U.S. that do have scholarship programs, art schools. Yes, Duke Ellington School of the Arts in Washington, D.C., Booker T. Washington in Houston, Booker T. Washington in Dallas, all sorts of art schools. And it's possible. Just check your local, use the internet, use the power of the internet, write me a message, Richmond Punch at Yahoo. Ask me a question even beyond this. I've got you.
That's the beauty of the Yale family, right, Richmond? Is that we're here for each other no matter what.
Yes, indeed.
So you've taken us through your early life and your early influences into your discovery of jazz, and then you came to the East Coast and you attended Juilliard, correct? And then eventually Yale School of Music. So tell us a little bit about your journey to the East Coast and how your musical influences changed and what you kind of learned while you were at those institutions.
Yes, indeed. So the first thing was going to New York City. Oh my gosh. Actually, it was one of the neat things I will say about Juilliard. They actually do have a Juilliard. At that time, it was called the Juilliard Experience. And this is my undergrad was Juilliard, where I received my bachelor's. They have little known a minority program called the Juilliard Experience, where kids can visit, stay at the school, and visit during that senior year, I believe it's senior year, before you even audition or anything like that. Before you go, oh, it's so much money. Oh, I don't know if I could do it. I need to practice 500 additional hours before I do this. You can go visit the school, hang out with the kids, go to amazing concerts. Here, it's at Perlman. Now Juilliard has jazz. While I was at Juilliard, they brought jazz back. So it was great. New York City was a great experience. I learned how to be an entrepreneur for my first time in undergraduate. And it wasn't all something taught in school. School, I was taught these are the notes that you play, and this is how to play them, and this will help you get into a symphony orchestra. After school was done, 5, 8 o'clock, however late it was, I would go try to earn my spending money and not bother my mother. So I went to the subways. The subways, as well as my Juilliard roommate who played the trumpet and studied with Wynton Marsalis, taught me a whole lot. I went over to Wynton Marsalis's house, jam sessions, subways. I earned my spending money. Don't tell anybody, but once I bought a coat from Bergdorf Goodman by God's grace from my subway. Okay, That's entrepreneurship. Okay.
That's impressive. I mean, the general public is a pretty tough crowd, and New Yorkers are a pretty tough crowd. But so that is pretty impressive to be able to do something like that.
No, yes. Oh, it was on sale. It was on sale. So yeah, because that would have really broken my college would have been like, no, I wouldn't have gone to Yale, right?
Never pay full price if you don't have to.
So yes, and so that experience was amazing. That jazz, when I was at Booker T, it was the same school as Nora Jones, as Erykah Badu, and Roy Hargrove, the jazz trumpeter. Those are people I went to class with. Are they seeing some of the images? Do you know, Stephanie?
No, but we can get those up. We do have some images from Richmond.
Well, is there a way we can back up and maybe catch up real quick?
I think we probably could do that. I think Kevin can help us with that in the background as you start talking a little bit about, I know you said that hip hop was a big influence. So
that's right.
Maybe you could tell us a little bit about those influences on your music.
Yes, because right now we're on the East Coast evolution, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of the things you'll see, you may be able to summarize it up in some pictures that may come across your screen. But the East Coast evolution, I would go to jam sessions because I was in the subways and whatnot, and I was and I was learning music in the subways, and I was like, well, I got to learn some more tunes because I'm tired of just trying to play single versions of Eine kleine Nacht music, a little bit of night music by Mozart in the subway. I need to take my skills and learn something else. So I went to jam sessions and I discovered Tupac. Somebody says, well, how do you Tupac? That's a little bit unconventional. I wouldn't think you would discover Tupac. I'm going to show you really briefly why I would discover Tupac. Watch this.
I'm going to get everybody caught up with your photos now, Richmond. I was able to pull that up. So you just let me know. Here's his early influences, folks, some images from different musicians.
Left, that's right. That's Ella Fitzgerald. I'm sure Yaleys, I imagine some of you guys would know. On the middle, that's Roy Hargrove, who I went to high school with. And there you see is Tupac. And I'm over there kind of in the background there. And that shot of where I was, you can keep it there. At the shot that I was at the bottom, I was young and a visionary, and that shot was taken in downtown Dallas, and I was a dreamer back in those days. Here is jazz, and you can't really have jazz so much without having a band. That's what really defines how you're putting your improvisation, your skills, and your abilities together. I have a band called the Punch TKOs band. There you can see us there. And you may or not be able to tell it, but the shirt says "Get Punched" there, and some of the products of my entrepreneurship there, and the creativity, and as you can see, I always like to dress.
Is that the jacket that you just referenced, or is this a newer version of that same old jacket, right? Something fancy.
Yeah, I've got to have something fancy, and it's not always a jacket, but there's something to be said about career, artistic, how do you present yourself, even in the middle of a pandemic, right?
I mean, master fashion.
Okay, and I'm ready. Oh, let me play that Tupac real quick.
All right. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Uh-oh, we lost you a little bit. There we go.
By the way, I just made that melody up. I mean, parts of it up. I used a bass, which was Tupac, but I bet half of you guys, you're Yaleys, right? I bet half of you thought that was Beethoven or Mozart.
Well, I think it was a beautiful combination of the two.
Yeah, and the melody comes from Tupac, from that song "I Ain't Mad at You."
And that was awesome.
So even though it sounded like classical, I did it without the beat, but I was playing Tupac.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So I think at this point, you're going to take us through what you've been doing lately.
Yeah. So lately,
working up a sweat over there. We got you working hard on a Thursday evening. I'm sorry about that, Richmond.
It's my normal thing. Like, it wouldn't be a concert without the fiddle, like some kind of a microphone, some kind of glitter, and like a towel. The towel, and that's my show. Literally, if I don't have those four things, then I'm not. And
you're not even performing, right? Exactly.
I should be giving refunds. They say he forgot the towel. You know. Anyway.
Well, we're all friends here, so no problem on our end. So tell us what you've been doing lately, and what kind of music you've been producing.
Yes, indeed. So I have 4 CDs. The first one was called Gospel Covers. It goes along with those early influences, and that was my first CD. They are available as well, by the way, on richmondpunch.net/merch. And then secondly, my product was, that song I played was called Finally, and that was my second CD. It is titled Finally, and it has a lot more material there. And then in the hip hop realm, I didn't record the Tupac, but I did record Back That Up, Back That Violin Up, which is the title of my 2019 CD. And later on during the 2019 year, I also did covers of recorded available online, of Old Town Road, and then a huge passion of mine, which comes up to the next segment, is the song and the EP title, Hymn for Botham, which is hymn for Botham as in written for Botham John from Trinidad, who was shot in his own home while sitting in his own home by a Dallas police officer known as Amber Geiger. And that brings me to the next final. Can we show it, I think, visually?
Absolutely. Let me pull those up while you prepare for the next song.
And so what I want to say about that is, I'm filled with so much joy in general, but there is a lot, of course, going on in our country currently. And I just wanted to pause for a moment to be serious about this matter, and that we need the quality treatment of all humans across the board in this country and in this world. And for that, I am a huge advocate for Black Lives Matter and for equal justice and humanity for everyone. And I wrote this song, Hymn for Botham. I protested. Okay, this is before this song was created. I protested. It's like, why write the song, right? I protested. I felt the pain. I felt his family's pain while watching the news every morning. I later on got in touch with the legal team and his family, and I ended up being a part of the family's foundation, their gala, and I helped raise money for their cause. I didn't realize that some of the victims of the Black Lives Matter, their families had foundations and were raising money to eliminate this cause of justice. I just didn't know how profound it is to be able to concentrate on a subject and to bring about change, as we are doing right now after George Floyd. It's just unbelievable to watch. And let me tell you guys just a little insider. Today, literally just hours ago, I was asked to play for Rashad Brooks's oh my gosh, sorry, I'm trying to keep it together. His viewing service. So I'll be playing for Rashad Brooks's viewing service here in Atlanta, where I now live. My wife and I moved here 14 and a half weeks ago. And so on Monday, will be debuting, and I'll be playing from 3 to 5 for Richard Brooks's viewing, and him for Bottom. I think I wanted to play that song for you.
I think.
Let me. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying we'd love to hear it. I think that's.
Yes. And the biggest thing I want you guys to get is you need your dancing shoes on for this. Actually, some of you are going to put on your best shoes. I've got some of mine here. Some of you are going to kick off your shoes all the way for this song, Hymn for Bottom.
Thank you, Rich. I'm going to stop this share so everybody can see you front and center for this song. I'd love to see the reactions in Facebook for Richmond and the Hymn for Botham coming right up. Richmond, that was absolutely fantastic. A little bit at a loss for words, which doesn't usually happen to me. So I'm hoping that you can see the reactions in Facebook after this live, because it was really amazing. And I think that just judging by that song, Rashad Brooks' family is lucky to have you, and I am sure that you're going to bring them great peace when you perform.
Thank you very much. I really hope that they will. And I'm just so honored that they would even think of me for this, and I really hope to play my heart out there. I will be playing for the entire 2 hours of the viewing, and I'll be the sole entertainment. So I have my workout. I probably need some more towels.
And a full length version of Amazing Grace, because that kicked us off in such a beautiful way. And this song really brought it home. I mean, you're absolutely amazing. And I really wish that we weren't all so far apart, because I would just love to see you play in person. And as I'm sure everybody who's watching feels similarly. So I just thank you for sharing your journey with us. And I think that you were going to take us out tonight with either a little bit of a mashup, or potentially one of my favorite songs that you cover. So if anybody has any questions for Richmond or any comments, I'm happy to read those to him as he gets ready to kind of take us home with some upbeat, fun mashup covers. Right? Is the appropriate
that's
way?
right. I'm gonna play popular music. I think there's on the photo, it says there, make your requests known. And actually, one of the things I'm gonna do, I'm gonna before I play one of your favorite songs, I'm gonna open this one, and I want you guys to monitor the social media. The first person that can tell me the name of this song will get a free, their choice, digital or hard copy. I promise it will be clean as Clorox. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
You have Clorox? Where did you get it?
A clean as Clorox CD. And you'll get your pick of the CD. And this is just guess this song. Be the first to type it. Yaleys, come on now. This is where you put that education to work.
So a little name that tune is what we're doing here before we close out for the night. All right. So I know that I saw a few people on that Facebook Live. I'm guessing that they're going to be able to figure it out. So let's see. Cool. Let's have at it and see what happens.
All right, that would be, and then after that, we're definitely gonna jam just a little. Okay, so this one I'm gonna make it short. So be in tune right now. Tell your kids. Shh.
Pressure's on. Let's see what we come up with. This is kind of like the trivia where I start to panic because I don't really know trivia very well. So Richmond,
we have.
We had All I Could Do Is Cry, Etta James. Is that right?
Oh my gosh! Somebody made one of the a normal, common mistake that people make, because remember that in music history, a lot of people borrowed a lot of people's music
Of course.
contextually and used different elements of it. I'm not looking for Etta James. You're in
I
the right family, but you got the
oh,
wrong artist. Anybody else get something?
you want no, there was only one guess, but do you want to know what I heard, which is kind of funny, and I don't know what that says about me, is I heard a little bit of that like Tennessee whiskey song.
That is that is the answer. And so I'll leave it up to you, like Stephanie, if you want it yourself to be the winner.
No, you know what? I think that's hilarious and amazing, and I'm very excited. But I think that I will share it with one of our viewers. We'll work that out somehow.
Awesome. Okay. And then here's the next one, which is your request. Okay.
Yes.
And
You
I
guys,
think I want to give away one more just to give somebody, again, what a Yale, somebody watching.
yeah.
Alumni. I want to give you guys a chance, and Stephanie's going to determine the first one, and she'll let me know. And this is Stephanie's requested song. If you already know, then
no, I don't think anybody knows, but this song is great. It's contemporary. Everybody's listening to it right now. Richmond's going to play that. But then if anybody wants to hear Richmond do a verse of a popular song, he mentioned Old Town Road, which I know is like, for some reason, like little kids love that song, and that's super fun. So if anybody wants to write in a little request, they can be the winner. Does that sound like a fun plan?
Like,
all right.
Dua Lipa, club, party. I think I was going to play the Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, like whatever your request is. Okay, there are no boundaries. Okay, here we go for guessing the second CD, second and final on the guess that name that tune.
I mean, how much fun is that, everybody watching? You got a ton of Facebook hearts on that one, and Mindy knew it was Savage. So Mindy and I split on that.
Okay, so who got that one?
I think it was Mindy, my fearless team leader, Mindy Marks, Yale College class of 2000, who knew it was Savage.
Go 2000, all right now. 2000 millennials. Don't let the millennials win everything now. All right.
Oh, I'm not a millennial, thank goodness. But you know, someone did say they wanted to hear a little Old Town Road. If you want to maybe take us out with Old Town Road.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Right.
And I really wanted to play that whole song, but then I remembered that it was a name that tune, so that's the only reason why I didn't. Okay. But I promise you, catch me, follow me. You will see a whole performance, and you know, you guys might even catch some of that 2 hours performance for Ray Shard Brooks and his family. Okay, here we go.
All right, little Old Town Road.
Old Town Road, also available on online stores worldwide.
Thank you, Richmond.
And I know there's a Yaley that knows Little Nas X. So, yeah.
Richmond, that was awesome. And I also love that next song.
Double head. You guys know this one?
We love Roddy Ray.
5 seconds.
Yeah. Amazing. That was so much fun, Richmond. Absolutely love that. I wasn't paying attention because, again, I was dancing around in my chair, so I wasn't quite sure when you were going to finish, and I was really hoping that the camera wasn't going to show me dancing around in my chair. But that was awesome. So much fun. Thank you, Richmond.
Thanks. Hey, did anybody guess that last song? Come on, yeah.
Well, I think everybody knew it, but I don't know if anybody typed it in. It was really
That
awesome.
is one of the new top 3 artists, one of the newest artists out of LA. That was Roddy Ricch.
Love that song. That is on my heavy rotation playlist. So you really performed for me tonight. So thank you for that.
Thanks. And Kevin too. Kevin's there.
And Kevin too. Kevin was also talking about dancing in his house, and he really did want to come on camera and dance, but we didn't let him do that tonight. Maybe another night we'll do a full-blown dance party.
Is he having a Spider-Man?
I don't know. Don't tempt him though. I don't think, Richmond. So
I'll do it.
Kevin Winston, everybody. So I think that we are out of time for tonight, but this has been an absolute blast listening to you play and tell us about your life and your experiences. And I just want to thank you so much for being here. And I really, really hope that we can get you back on campus in the future, or that our paths will cross when people can resume travel. So thank you, Richmond. Thank you to Kevin Winston, who helps us with all of these Yale Alumni Lives. Thank you for everyone for watching. This will be posted on the Yale Vimeo page. We'll make sure that that's available for folks to come back and hear you play. Thank you, Richmond. Any parting thoughts for our friends out there?
Well, I had a whole paragraph I wanted to share, but I can sum it up in saying that music is powerful. Music is healing. Music is breathes life into this world. And I just hope that everyone can take some music with you, let it fill your every day, in combination with whatever else you do. And I wish you all the best. Right now, in the middle of a pandemic, is the ultimate time for success.
The healing power of music. Couldn't have said it better. Thank you so much, Richmond. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been another Yale Alumni Live, and we look forward to seeing you back here really soon. Take care, everybody. Thank you. That was